Bev too. I forgot to get a Bev.
Oh yeah. You gotta get your celebratory. Get some champagne. Start pop a bottle.
Nah, it's not that serious. Mr. Maniacs, how we doing? What's going on, everybody? Appreciate everybody popping out tonight. Tonight's a little different, a little special, you know. We got the boy Nico with us. Always special with my boy Nico. You know, but tonight's a little special. Your boy Maine got his first dub.
That's right.
We're gonna go over all of it. I'm gonna get through this comments. We got to check the Scott with the early bird special. I think it's as soon as it goes up like X amount of time before the live stream that allows you to comment. But my boy Woody, we got in there. That's my guy right there.
Hey BBC, long time no see. Oh my god.
I'm scrolling down. Jesus. Here we go. Shannon, my boy. Dave, thank you, good sir. These are the early check-ins. Hey, shout out to Michael Bradley, you are. Last week, we were talking, and Michael Bradley, he literally was commenting like multiple times. He's like, yo, you just win the damn thing. Why don't you? Yo, you're going to win it. I was like, damn, dude. I remember you might thinking in my head, I'm gonna get to that foreshadowing part. We'll get to that in a little bit. We'll get to that. Let me see who else we got in here. Got it. Yeah, they had a little conversation earlier. Oh, look at this guy, Dave. He's tying on a drop shot. Don't be afraid of it.
That's I caught my little measly limit. So
there's Mike. Yes, sir.
What's wrong with that?
Finally, just grinding.
I think that. So this is your third year in the club.
So there's a funny thing about that.
Okay.
Third year in the club, but I think I can count tournament-wise. I've only fished like a year. Because I've only fished like 6. Like I did my first year, I fished 3. Yeah. Second year, I fished like 3.
That's true. Yeah.
This is the first year that I've consistently been at. I think I've been at 3 lakes. That's it.
Yeah.
So this is the first year that I've considered. Like I'm not fishing a lot, but I'm fishing all the events. That's kind of where I'm at right now with my situation, everything. I'm like, all right, if I got to take an L and only fish conservatively, I'd rather just fish the events with the boys because I know I know at least 3 of you guys are going to be there. So I get to see my guys, and then also I get to fish for a while. Yeah. It's not like I go an hour bank fishing and I got to run home shores or something. Like I get to go out and enjoy myself. My boy Tommy, what's up, my boy? Some goat emojis. I'm working on that. We're not there yet, my boy, but thank you. Appreciate the love. Frank, shout out to Tommy. He's in the service now. He's an airman. Let's see what else we got. Yeah,
you with payday for Jay.
Well, Tommy was stateside. He's back stateside. So yes. Throughout it all, everybody can say what they want, but at the end of the day, everybody got to remember. Even this stupid fishing crap that we're doing, somebody had to fight for it. So I appreciate those that'll do it because I don't want to do it. I want to sit on my giant piece of plastic and fish straight up and down. So I appreciate y'all. I get caught up. There he is. Rich in the house.
Yeah.
There we go. Carol, what's up, Mom?
Yeah, that's what I saw earlier. I was like,
or is that Brendan? Oh no, he's talking Brown Bait Co. Yeah. So we had to we let him know, Brandon. He had changed his flow up a little bit there with the logos and stuff.
That's so funny.
Dustin, thank you, brother. Appreciate it.
It's hilarious. What do the big girls want? They want that brown bait coat.
That's it. Jesus. Let's see. Did I catch everybody? Not bad. Yeah, not bad. It all went to adulting. I paid a bill. Straight up, I paid a bill. Literally, it was like, oh, okay. Well, now it doesn't have to come directly out of my pocket, but it's adulting. You guys know how that goes. But I got so I got a mount for my fish finder.
All right, hey, there you go.
So I was like, you know what? I'm not doing this. I'm not. It's literally sitting here. It's been sitting here all season. So
your fish finder, yeah.
Yeah, I was like,
the mount. I'm like, what do you mean your mount's been sitting there all?
No.
Oh, you out?
I just
like take a to make that big fish.
Yeah. So I did get that. I was like, all right, you know what? I'm not doing this anymore. Now I'm gonna be able to at least see what the temp and where I'm at on the map and like, but let's see what else. I think I caught up. There we go. So you know what's interesting, Ruben? You say that. I thought the same thing. And as of lately, Nico, I don't know if you got fish brain in the area. Did you notice that a bunch of people are catching good fish?
I don't go on it often enough to like tell, you know.
Like, okay.
That's like
I get this. I still have the stupid
like check out a spot, see what people are doing.
I just have the notification on for when like a big fish is caught in your area.
Okay.
That I kind of like to see. You know, it's still kind of
like. What you like? Tell like a size? Like how do you know?
Yeah,
like,
I don't know. It's just like
a length or something.
Fish. It's like, and it tell me like somebody caught a 5-pounder at this lake.
Okay.
And I'm like, oh wow. Or somebody caught a 6-pounder on. I'm like, oh wow. But yeah. There's our first question of the night. If you have any questions, put them in the chat. I'll star them. We'll get to them. Questions for me or Nico.
Yeah.
But here's the first one. Did I get a weight? No. I'm going to guess 6 pounds or a little bit better. Reason being because the fish I caught last Friday was the same size, same length, and it wasn't as filled out. And I know that fish was 5.
Mm-hmm.
And this one, I don't think I didn't post the video. Did I send you the video, Nico?
No.
Okay.
Bastard! I didn't know you even had the video taken from
I didn't. I'll send it to you right now. But
okay.
I was.
Yeah, I'll probably put that fish anywhere from like 5'12" to like 6'4".
Yeah.
Like 10 ounces. You know, like it's right between there.
There you go. I'm sending it to you right now. Because I just like
I like that question. Is Jermaine a jerk? No. Oh, we got the best story for you guys. Oh, I can't wait to tell part of that story that's gonna lead up to like
I didn't even know he's gonna go into all that
for like an hour and a half because that bastard Rich Biggie at the end he's like the leaderboard's off.
Oh, okay.
I know that he had it. I know that Jermaine had it, but he was like, yeah, I caught like a 20-incher. I think I might have had you. And Jermaine's like, he's like sweating. He's sweating the whole time, and we didn't let him know until like the very end. Because there's a whole crappy situation that happened. But while we were waiting for the awards to actually kick off, he's just sweating because he had no idea. He's like, oh, snap, did Rich, did he really like get that one kicker to freaking steal the win? And he's so funny, man. And I knew the whole time, I'm like, but so no, he wasn't a jerk. No, he wasn't a jerk.
No, I just did this.
Yeah.
A little fist bump.
Yeah.
I was hyped. I was like, there it is. Finally. I needed that. Oh
yeah, here's a video. Oh,
But
man,
just so you can get a little, so you can see kind of like, you'll see the whole fish.
Oh, damn. I almost could put that thing video there for everybody.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep, there it is.
oh, there it is.
Here comes the terrible net.
Ooh.
No net problems right here. Ready? Look at this.
Oh, oh my God, dude. Oh.
Wait.
Just watching it hang there, like, and that way it's hilarious that it's in the air, like.
Yeah. Boat flip boogie.
Watching it hanging on the edge is hilarious. That's
Yeah.
so funny, dude. This is just hanging on the edge.
Everyone I send that to, they're like, where's your net? I don't have a net. I think it's right. Hold on. Is it down? Yeah, it's right here. Here it is. It's got a hole in it.
So funny. So what pound test did you have on that?
17.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, I'm good. Jesus. What is going on here? Here's my net right here. But it's got a hole in it. And honestly, it's like a cheap net. It was one of those like, yeah, it's not like big fish can't get through it, but it's a good size.
You can get that. Just get the replacement, the netting for like $10. You just measure the width of the
the net.
You're
right. It's just zip tied on here too. It's not even like anything fancy.
Yeah, you can literally I do that for all my nets.
You know what I should do
on Amazon, and you can get a replacement net. You just need to know the hoop diameter. Or I guess it's not in that case it's not a circle, but
I don't want it.
Oh right, you don't want to use a net. Yeah. Well,
fish better without it, man.
If you want to replace the net, that's like the easiest thing.
The next net I'm getting the Yak Attack joint, so I can pull out the lightsaber on them. I want to be able to.
I have it. I like it, but it's no better than honestly my. I haven't pulled this one out. It's funny. I have all my fishing shit here. Like I got the. Look at this. So I got the Yak Attack.
You got that
all messed up, right? I got it on sales, and Austin Canoe and Kayak was going out of business. They had they're selling all their stuff. So I was like, dude, I got this for like $50. So I was like, let's go. So I got this. But, and don't get me wrong, I like it. But this net right here, this old spray bill, dude, I caught so many damn fish in this. I upgraded the net. I got a bigger one. So if I land pike and stuff, they fit in here. But this simple net, dude, I on a kind of borderline like it better than the Yak Attack. I just haven't pulled that one out. I don't know. Because this wasn't that Ergo net. What's the one what's the other brand that everybody's using? It's like adjustable that you can twist it and extend it.
Oh yeah, I've seen it.
You know what I'm talking about? A lot of people, Tactical Bassin has. There's a lot of dudes that've been using that net. That seems like a good one. But anyway, I don't know. You want to start the interview? You're just going through comments.
So, Caro, no, I didn't. I celebrated a little bit, but not really. I was like, so once I caught that fish. So Nico, we can go with the interview. Let's see if Nico. We put Nico on the spot. We told Nico he's got to interview me tonight. So we put
Ego Net. There we go.
Let me scroll. Yeah, the Ego Net.
Well, they have different models. Like the Ego's the brand.
Okay.
But yeah, but I don't own one, so I wouldn't know. I haven't had my hands on one.
Jesus Christ.
But anyway, I don't know. So let's, Mr. Dub.
We got super chats for that.
Where we want to start from, coming into the event. What were you thinking? And I guess we'll go from there.
All right. So going into the event, there was this is where I just told my girl the same thing. I feel very cliche saying this, but you know how everyone's the stars aligned, and you just kind of everything just kind of feels kind of right.
Mm-hmm.
So Friday, so it was funny too, and I'm not even I'm not talking smack, but Thursday I was talking to Woody on the phone, and he was like, "Oh, what are you doing tomorrow before you go up?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna go get my hair cut, get a lineup." And I remember him saying, and he's like, "Dude, why are you going to get a haircut? The fish can't see you. You look good for the fish. Like he was just joking with me, you know. He's busting my
yeah.
And like in my head, I didn't say it out loud. And these are the stupid little things that like when you go back and you like look at your like all the events that built up to the win. In my head, I was on the phone with him and I was like, bro, Deion Sanders, look good, feel good, play good. I gotta look, you know. And I didn't say it out loud. I just thought
it's like cleaning your kayak. The fish don't give a shit about whether you having a clean kayak on the water or something.
Yeah, but I just thought it, and just the conversation just kept flowing, and then I went to work. Work was super slow. I didn't make that much money, but I got out an hour and a half earlier than I thought I was going to get out. So I was like, oh, wow, I can actually get up to the lake at a decent time, even though I ended up doing my typical Jermaine crap and lollygagging around, and I left at 10:10, and I was like, oh, I plan to leave at 10:30 because I thought I was like, oh, I'm not going to get out of work until 10 o'clock. I'm going to run home, throw the kayak on the car, and then shoot straight up. But I actually got out an hour and a half early, got up there. Then there was the whole chatterbait thing that we were talking about.
Yeah. The whole box of chatterbait.
Little things like, you know, it's like we were having a conversation about how much tackle. Somebody brought up the Yak Attack boxes. That's right. And I was like, oh, you know what? I think I'm going to get another couple Yak Attack things, and I'm just going to put the little trays in, and I'm going to take all this tackle I got back here because I got 25 chatterbaits with me. Some of them haven't even touched the water. That's crazy. But I just tied one on that didn't touch the water yet. Hopefully it'll catch me some good fish tomorrow. Sure enough. Like so many little things like that. Then you got on Wednesday, even before that, Michael Bradley's over there calling it out. He was like, yo, I think you're gonna win. I think you're gonna win. And I was like, oh. And honestly, so I remember I'm reading his comments doing the live stream, and I just kept ignoring him. I'm like, all right, dude, like, like 3 times. And I'm like, all right. I literally scrolled over his comment, was like, all right, you know, I'm just not gonna like acknowledge it. Like, all right, I'm gonna go try to win, but I don't think I'm gonna win. And then sure enough, but I don't know, it was a bunch of weird little stuff like that. And then straight up, that first fish, 6:05, I think, or 6:06 was when I took the picture. So 35 minutes in.
How far? So, because you made the left, you went south.
Yeah.
I like stayed around the launch.
Honestly,
that's how it started out.
I'm gonna give the biggest shout out of the night. Hold on, I gotta go check my my comments right quick because I forgot. Somebody told me. Is this it? Yeah, where's the comments? New England Outdoors 3759, 4 days ago. I live on Zoar, top water in the rain all day. Kettleton Cove. Thank you. Because that comment right there, my plan was to go and sit in my grass patch, which I did catch fish on, was to go sit in my grass patch all day. I was going to go, because I was just going to go do what Kyle was going to do. Kyle planned to go sit up under the bridge and just hang out. And I was like, okay, I'm going to go either hang out with Kyle. I have another spot on the other side of it. And then I have my grass patch to default on. I was like, I don't need to go far. That's it. I got that comment, and I literally talked to my dad, and I was like, yo, Pops. So I got a comment on my YouTube channel, and this dude's telling me I should go try out this spot. What do you think I should do? And he was like,
yeah, I know, Grimmy. Yeah, no information rule. Sorry, continue.
Is that a real
I don't think so now, but I'm making it'll be you're on the elites, you'll be out.
I didn't ask for it. Somebody just commented on my page.
No, neither did Scott Martin.
Yeah, right. Don't Scott Martin me. But anyway. So my dad was like, yo, you got to at least try it if the dude lives on the lake. I'm like, all right, so let me. Yeah. So I didn't catch the fish in that cove. I was just on my way there. And that was what made me decide on going left. I was like, you know what? But at the same breath, I've never seen balls of shad before. There were 3 balls of shad in Kettleton Cove, bigger than the size of my kayak. And I was like watching it like right in front of me.
Boils. Yeah, I saw that. Because when I went out and
jumping out of the water. I was like, what is? I was like, I never seen that before. And I'm passing into it, spinner bait. I did all the tactical bass and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Throw a chatterbait through it, throw a spinnerbait through it, I threw a freaking thing, everything I had tied on at that shad ball. And nothing. I was like, damn, maybe they just, I think there's just too much reel for them to get lost in my lure. Because there was like literally like there was one that was like real close to me. Then there was one kind of over by Lewis, because Lewis was at the mouth of it too.
Yeah.
And then there was another one like back in the cove, and they were just moving. Moving. So I've never seen that much shad before. But yeah, I didn't catch anything in the cove. When I came out, I lost an 18. Another good story. So, you know how you're bored? You put the fish down, and this is the only reason I need a net. And this is the only, and I honestly, I don't even need it because it's not going to happen again, because I'm not going to put my hand on the fish. So I caught an 18. And like, I do like the Greg Blanchard now, where I'll have the fish in my left hand, my right hand. I'll put it in my left hand, and I put the fish on the board, and I don't let its mouth go until I get my phone out.
Yeah.
Because it's just like less can go wrong.
Yeah, I always make sure I have my camera on.
Yeah, I hold him until I get camera. So then, like, as soon as I let it go, if he gets his mouth closed, boom, I got one picture. So now if he does something stupid, and also, if you have an iPhone, turn live photo on. Live photo will save your butt, because even if that fish jumps, you might be able to go back and set the live photo to the little spot right before he jumped, because it's a live photo. So always remember that during tournaments. I did it. I literally was changing this one because this fish jumped, and I threw him back, and I was like, oh, damn, I threw him back too early. Edit, make photo, and you can go back and edit like almost a second before and a second after it gives you. Or maybe a little bit more. But anyway, caught an 18. I put him down. I'm like, and he's like flopping a little bit. I'm like, oh, he's fired up. I'm going to put my hand on him and hold him. So what I've realized is, I think it's just like the anatomy and the way a fish moves, that like their anatomy is only going, their motion is only going towards their head. I don't think fish can go backwards for real, right? Like, I think they can like.
Oh, they can, but the majority, like they're designed to go forward.
If
they're going backwards, it's their pectoral fins that they're doing.
Like a little like, okay, they move back slow. So like,
and that's what their little
like,
friends.
They're like, oh my God, I need to get out of here, and they're trying to. That's all going forward. So when you put your hand like this and their mouth is over here, there's only one way they're gonna go.
Yeah.
And that fish did exactly that. I put my hand on him. He jumped, and then his head, the mouth gets right on the edge of the board, and then he goes whoop right back in. And I was just like, oh my goodness, I just lost an 18. Damn it. So for the rest of the tournament, you know what I did? I just didn't put my hand on the fish. Guess what every single fish did after that? They jumped off the board, but they just jumped straight up. Because I wasn't holding them, so I wasn't pressing them that way. So from now on, I'm just going to put the fish down and just go like this and just not even. So
you're wild. We'll see how long that lasts. I believe it'll last for a while, but there might be that one fish. Nico doing an impression of a dude. I'm doing the Nemo with their little fins, dude. The little fins, and they're backing up. You ever look at a fish in the fish tank? They come up to the glass and then they back up. They're doing their they do that. I'm a very animated person, so.
Yeah, it's all right. You're still a New Yorker, even though you're from the stick.
Yeah.
Ruben, what makes you say that? I mean, I'll reach out. Debo's my boy. I don't think he'll have a problem with it, but what makes you say that? I got scared by the 18-incher. No, I didn't get scared. He hit the boogie on me. He was like, nah, you're not getting this picture of me. He's like, I'm too sexy for this. Holla. What else you got for me, Nico? Oh, should I show the bait?
Well, I was gonna say, you pretty much threw a. Oh, well, I asked you, then like the whole thing was, yeah, you were heading south, but you weren't that far down when you caught. It was the first fish of the day, but you weren't that far down. It was a
No.
long. You're wait, but when did you decide to head? No, it was when you're on the phone. Then you're like, I'm gonna after you caught that kick. Well, you caught the kicker fish, and then had that whole comment. Oh, so this is the funny thing. This is my ADD going, but he calls me up. Actually, before he calls me up, Lewis was like, he was my teammate, and he was like, yeah, Jermaine caught like a 21 and a half or whatever. And I'm thinking it's the 21 and a half that you caught from fun fishing.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. Because I didn't see you submit it. And then you call me like 10, 15 minutes later, and you're like, oh yeah, dude, I caught like a 21 and a half. I'm like, why didn't you submit that shit? And you're like, oh, well, I'm waiting to when I still got 5 fish. I'm like, dude, you got to submit that fish because if somebody else magically catches a 21 and a half and they submit it before you do, you're like screwed out of big fish.
Yeah. I didn't know what.
I thought that was crazy. I'm like, dude, what are you doing?
I didn't know what. So I thought it was just by the time that you caught them, period.
Yeah.
Again. I just thought it was by the timestamp.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, I caught it at 6:01. There's no one else that caught a bigger fish at that time. I was like, I'm good for the whole tournament. My 5 fish, and then I'm gonna drop the 80 bomb on everybody's head and be like, yeah. But then I started
waiting until like 10 o'clock to submit that fish. Like 4 hours later.
I think I talked to you around 2, and I was like, yeah, okay. Yeah. I think, because I was heading back at that point. Yeah,
you decided out.
I fished the cove for like an hour and a half. And then as soon as it was crazy, because as soon as I came out the cove, there was like a tree and a lay down. And and I cast right up in there and I caught the 18. And then it's funny because I just caught a fish on the outside of the cove. So then I started going down a little bit more and nothing. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to my grass patch.
Going to your history.
Yeah, I was like, I'm going to my spot now. I'm not playing around. Because that's when I was like, and that was my biggest thing. Once I caught that big fish, I was literally talking to myself. I was like, dude, you have the tournament winning fish. Go, you have.
Yeah, I remember you said if you catch the limit, you're like, dude, I could win this. And I was like, when I saw you had that fish, I was like, dude, yeah, you might do it. Next thing you know, it was like a few, like, I didn't even have a limit. I had caught like 1 fish at that point. When you had the 21, it was a 10-incher. It was a little 10-inch smallmouth, and it was taking me all day just to get a damn 10-inch smallmouth. And fast forward, I finally get my limit. Then I see you have like 80-something inches, and I was like, I'm like, oh shit, look at Jermaine. Like, what the? I'm like, look at him going. And it's just trippy how I was going for you, because like during that last week when I pre-fished it that Sunday before the event, it was like took forever just to catch like 3 fish.
Yeah.
So I came into this event, I was like, all right, I'm just gonna pull out the drop shot. I'm just gonna and the jerk bait. I was throwing the jerk bait, but I was catching everything but a damn bass on the jerk bait. And then I was throwing the drop shot, and it was like rock bass. I was catching crappie. I was catching a bunch of panfish.
So everything but a damn bass. They were hitting the chatterbait, but they weren't taking it. Because I had a spunk shad trailer on, so I could feel them like grabbing it.
Yeah.
It wouldn't I remember I pulled the freaking, I think it was a perch or something, clear out the water, and it just had the butt of the and I'm like, dude, let it go. And I just shook them off. I'm like, what are you doing? But yeah.
Yeah, so that's just wild. Like I came into the event and I was like, oh, it's gonna be a grind fest. Let me just try to catch 5. And it ended up being like, I don't know if I set myself up for that, but it ended up being like caught 5, and that was it.
There go Tweezy right there. But that's something I was telling Tweezy too. Like my first, so I caught the big one on a chatterbait.
Yeah. Then you lost 18.
Then I was mixing up baits still, but I was still leaning towards the chatterbait because I had a bite on that.
Yeah.
And then I caught the 18 on the chatterbait. And then I caught I think 1 more fish before I went back up. So I was like, okay. I mean, you ain't got to beat me up to tell me to throw a chatterbait all day.
Mm-hmm.
That's my jump off. I'm good. Like, yeah, that's it. Let's go. So then I kind of like it. I literally so from then I went from back and forth from the OW sniper to the chatterbait, and then I just left my chatterbait up front from then on, and was like, okay, well I'll try like a swim jig for a second because there's some grass.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, back to the chatterbait.
Oh, yeah, we'll go into one of the comments. It was like cloudy and raining in the morning, and then it like transitioned to cloudy, and then by the end it got sunny, but it was that was what the weather was like.
Yeah.
Coming into before the event, we had that heat wave.
Yeah.
From like Monday to like kind of like even Thursday was a little hot, but it was from like Monday, Wednesday, it was like really hot and humid. It was gross. I went out in the field a couple times and yeah, it was not fun.
Met my boy Guggen Slayer. He was at the event. He was one of the other club guys.
Oh, okay.
We actually got to compete against him. That was pretty cool.
Nice.
I was telling my
Which one was him?
What's that?
What was his name?
I forgot. I'm sorry.
Oh,
you put me on the spot, Nico.
Oh, oopsie.
Got me. Put me on the spot. Hold on. If I look at, I mean, by the time I look at the tournament standings, he'll probably type it in. But my bad, Guggen Slayer. I forgot your name. But he came up to me, and that's what I was saying. That was one of the cooler interactions. Like, it's hard to be like Mr. YouTuber right now, but he came up to me. He's like, "Yo, Jermaine," and I'm like, and he's like, "Oh no, I'm Guggen Slayer. And I'm like, "Oh, dude, you've been in my freaking live stream for like a year or 2 years now." He's like, "Yeah, I've been watching for a little while now, and this was the first chance that I got to like come around and meet you."
Wow.
Dude, that's so dope. So that stuff like that is mad cool. It's like, you get to connect with somebody. I probably would have never met this dude before.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's just super dope just to
Damn. If he would have won the event, would that have been like him stream sniping you?
Right? Right? Literally.
What's your game plan? Be like, dude, I'm going to do this. Follow up behind you.
What up, Tweez? Tweezy in the house.
Hey,
Charlie, my young sir. Charlie, we actually got a young sir in our club. He's younger than you. How old is our young boy?
I don't even know.
He's young.
Like 11 or 12 or something like that.
I don't even know if he's a teenager yet, but he's out fishing.
He's like 12.
And the kid, he can fish.
Yeah.
He's not a slouch at all, man.
Yeah. But okay, so you know what? I want you to describe. So when you pulled up to that grass patch, because that's when I kind of bumped into you. How long were you there by the time I ran into you at the grass patch? And then how many fish did you have? And then how many did you end up catching at the grass patch?
Oh, the grass patch was on like Donkey Kong as soon as I got there.
Yeah.
I was looking at the picture times today. So I'll tell you right now.
That was basically the halfway to the end of the tournament. You had a half a day left.
When I pulled up to the grass patch, I had 3 fish.
Okay.
Hold on. Let me make sure. 605, 834, and then so I think that actually no, maybe I only had 2, because 10:58. I think I was in the grass patch by then.
Okay.
Right? I feel like I was. Hold on. 10:50. Yeah, because it was back to because it's 10:58, 11:05, 11:10.
Oh shit! Okay.
12:02 and 1:04, and that was it. So once I pulled up to that grass patch, it was kind of like I lost one that looked like it was probably a 17, 18, a slightly bigger fish.
Yeah. But, so you caught like what? So 8 or 9 fish all day then, or what was that? Like 7 fish?
So I lost.
You lost the one.
Lost the one early, and then one jumped off. So I caught like 7 because I called
8
up.
Fish.
Yeah, 7 or 8 fish. Yeah, 8 fish.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so you, for the most part, you fish clean then. Minus that one. Yeah, so that you would have had that would have been like what, a 3-inch call. So yeah, you would have had like 89 inches, like me. Yeah. That's all. Except you submitted the right fish at the end of the tournament.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, dude.
Yep, I would have had. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, I
Yeah, you
probably
would
would
have
have.
had like 89 inches
Yeah, with that
for the
18.
bag.
Yep,
Yeah.
it was a good day,
Damn.
man. That was a good day. But I mean, I guess I'll get the date. I think everybody wants to see that. I don't think. Did I post a picture of it yet?
I don't think so. Or I didn't notice.
So it's just funny because, like I said, the night before at the ramp, we were all talking, and I was talking about my box of chatterbaits, and I bring 15 chatterbaits with me, and I got like 10 in there that probably haven't even hit the water yet. So this was one of them that hadn't hit the water, and so I will say from Turner, he told me that there was shad in the lake, and I had like all bluegill stuff tied on. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie.
I mean, there was a ton of bluegill beds. That's what
Yeah,
I was
oh
trying
yeah,
to fish.
I did see them. So
That's
I
what I
was
was
like,
trying to fish.
yeah, me too. And so I was like, you know what? If there's shad in the lake, I'm gonna go with shad colors. So I went to this. This is a new one, newer one, but I went. Ow! I just stabbed myself. Yep, I'm bleeding. Okay. This is the blue herring color.
Okay, oh, blueback herring.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to think of like the striking sexy shad.
And then it's got the spunk shad and goby. So the
Mm,
first one was the 4.5, and then I was using the 3.5s after.
okay.
So I don't think it was that big of a. I mean, the big one came on the 4.5. So,
Yeah.
and so that was another thing, another realization that I had too. That's what I was going to say. And I was talking to Tweezy about it. So if you look at the timestamps on my catches with that small break, because I didn't get a picture of the 18, it's
Yeah.
an hour apart. And I think my first three fish were all 15s or better.
Mm.
So I said, okay, if I can get a bite an hour on a chatterbait, and they're all going to be 15 or better, and I already have a 21.25. It
Yeah.
didn't touch the 21.5 spot. I think that was my mistake.
Yeah.
Skin off 21.5. But if I can get one bite an hour, and what, the 6-8 hour tournament, right?
Yep. Yep.
I was
8 hour
like,
tournament.
okay. That was the rationale that went through my head. The first 3 hours, I got 3 bites, 1 an hour, all on the chatterbait, and I was like, okay, so men lie, women lie, numbers don't. So we got 5 hours left. If I just keep throwing the chatterbait, I'll get 5 bites.
Yeah.
And that's literally where I just like, like I said, you see a lot. Like I took off the OW sniper because then I was literally throwing a jig in trees and trying to see if I could pull something out. But just honestly, like I caught one other fish, smallmouth at the end, which honestly helped me out and made me not sweat. And like you said, but I saw, and it's crazy too because I bought this literally just because of John Cruz. So it was a power shot thrown on a bait caster, a little bit heavier, 1/4 ounce drop shot rate, and I think it's like a 2/0 or 3/0 hook, EWG.
Oh yeah, the actual wide gap on there, huh?
Yeah, and this is a 4-inch magic worm.
Mm.
And I was literally pulling it through the grass.
Yep.
Because I fished that grass patch for like 2 hours straight. And I was like, okay, I think they understand that because I went over it the first time and I caught like 2 or 3. And then I went over it again and I caught like 1 or 2. And then I went over it again and caught nothing. And I was like, okay. I think you guys a little bit. And then I tied this on and I dragged it through. And that's when I called up that 12-incher, this real small fish I had. I forgot exactly what it was.
Yeah.
And that's when I got that 15-inch smallie. But
yeah. That's like the one fun thing about catching like a small limit early is like every fish you catch that's of okay size or better is like, oh dude, that's a 4-inch call. That's a
yeah.
call.
Yeah.
You know, if you have a 10-inch and you catch a 20, it's like there's a 10-inch call. It's like, oh shit.
Yep. That is true.
That's like a
That
fun
is very
thing.
true.
But damn, okay.
Yeah, man.
That's good to know. I mean, you know, I'll show you real quick. This is my game plan. These are the what I barely caught my limit on. But this is just so you know, like this is why I was fishing all day. Let me
Drop swim.
well, yeah, drop swim, but then I transitioned to this small ass drop shot. You already know I got because this year I had gotten my drop shot combo with the 7 Light X Pride bougie. I know, but whatchamacallit? Because all the drop shots I'm like, screw it. I got 1 X Pride for the jerk bait, and then I got 1 for my drop shot. But through this, oh my god, it's like a mosquito hook. That's what I was throwing my drop shot on this time. I went real small, and I caught 3 of my fish on this little 2-inch Easy Shiner. I love this thing because it, like, when its bite is like really tough, like they will eat this. I've caught in 5-pound bass on this, believe it or not. This little ass Easy Shiner. This little guy. I was so desperate. I'm like, dude, I'm barely getting any bites. I was just like, I just want to try to catch 10 inches. Like, I was like, I just want to get a limit. So I threw this little freaking thing. I got 3 of my damn fish. And then at the end of the day, I was like struggling just to get bit. So I tried out these worms by a Duo. And they're called like the Wriggle Crawler. And they're pretty sweet, dude. They made me think of, it's funny, if you fly fish, it makes you think of a San Juan worm or whatever they call it, San Jose worm. They have different sizes, but they're pretty sweet. It's a small worm wacky.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I was thinking about throwing the wacky. I just
look how small that thing is, dude. Look at that.
You're crazy, bro.
But it gets bit. In that case, I mean, there wasn't anything aside. I only had like 65 inches, but you know what? It was like a limit. I mean, it got me 7, so I can't say that it was like terrible, but it worked.
What is that? What kind of how many inches is that worm?
2.8.
Oh, you're
so it's a little bit smaller than 3 inches.
I could never. I think the smallest.
Not true, dude. Tweezy, not true, dude. I've caught big ass bass. I've caught a 7-pound bass, okay, on a Rapala ultralight rip shad, okay, the little 2-inch thing, okay. I caught big ass fish on little lures. Now, am I saying you're catching a bunch of big fish on a little lure all the time? No, but they eat it, dude. Dude, a big bass eat water, please. When I'm ice fishing, okay, when they're under the ice, they're eating what they call macroinvertebrates, little insect larvae. That's what they're eating. They're just all day. They're in the grass, freaking 7-pounders, and they're just feeding on grains of rice, basically. You know. So
yeah,
do they eat swim baits? Of course they do, but they also eat little shit. I'm just saying. And when it's a kayak tournament and we can catch 12-inch fish for a minimum size, and it goes distance, why am I not going to throw small stuff? You know, I don't need a bunch of 2-3 pounders. You know, like I gotta get 15 pounds of bass if I'm gonna make it count on like a boat tournament. Like, nah, I'm good with my 12 inchers. Not every tournament, but it can get you somewhere. That's my motto.
A lot of times getting a limit. But so what I will say is, from my experience, and I understand the part in like when you do throw smaller baits, you do have to weed through.
Definitely.
And that's what I think that more people mean by that, but not more people don't say that straight up. Yeah, I think that you definitely, because like
I put that down.
I'm thinking of like, so prime example, Kopake. I was throwing the baby jack, and I was catching rock bass, perch, and this tournament I threw the regular jackhammer, and I didn't catch not one perch, not one rock bass, none of that.
Yeah.
because it's just too big. So like the only fish that could like mess with it are fish that are going to get it in their mouth. So like I understand that part. Like it's like throwing a coal shad or throwing a mag draft. Like you're not really going to catch 10 and 12 inches on that. Like, can you? Yeah. Will you? Most of the time you're going to catch 2-3 pounders that are like, okay, I can put this whole thing in my mouth. But
that's the other thing too. Like I've thrown,
but it goes both ways.
Yeah, like I've caught like 1 pound bass on an 8-inch mag draft before. They blow up was on it was insane. It was like, oh, and then you're like, oh. You know, I've thrown some big baits before and caught in little bass, and you're like, what the hell? I mean, I caught. Okay, this is a fun one. I caught. Oh my god, I know the name of the damn bait. Jackal, the bluegill. What's it called? What's their bluegill bait? The segmented bluegill bait. Gantarelle. Full size Gantarelle.
There we go. Yeah, Gan something. I was like, something.
I remember one time I caught a crappie on it, and it was a bluegill. And I probably was like pissed off at this other bluegill. I caught a bluegill on it before. You're like, what the hell?
Yeah.
It's like the same size as the damn thing, but it like he was pissed off at it. I guess chest bumped the damn thing and got hooked.
Right? And he's like, you got in my way. This is one bait that I was surprised didn't get bit, and I threw it for like
the jig.
The first like 3-4 hours a day. This Beast Coast OW Sniper with this snack crawl on it.
Yeah.
Like I'm really I was like I had so much confidence in this. Like this is one of the I mean, I've caught a bunch of fish at Mayapack on this thing. But I just have so much confidence in this thing.
Yeah.
But oh yes, I mean I think I took a picture and I counted how many jackhammers I have in here, and it's kind of, it doesn't make Yeah, there it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then 4, and then 1 tungsten Evo Mini Max, and then 3 Evo. No, 1 tungsten Evo chatterbait and 3 Evo chatterbaits. And then I have 2 Thunder Crickets, 2 Slobber Knockers, and then the downsized chatterbaits. I have like 2 Baby Jacks, I think. 2 Baby Jacks. And then what are these guys? Then these are Evo Mini Max. And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Or is that a Baby Jack? No, I think okay, so I have 3 Baby Jacks. 3 Baby Jacks and 6 Mini Maxes. Yeah, I have way too many chatterbaits is what I'm saying. So long story short, I only need like 5 of these when I'm out, period. So no need for all of them. That's why I think I'm literally going to do that thing with you seen the dividers in the track pack?
Yeah.
I think I'm going to do it, bro. Get a bunch of track packs and just like, yeah, I guess. I don't even think it would be annoying because everything's just going to be readily available. Like everything's just gonna be, like literally right there. Instead of me having to turn around, everything's going to be right in front of me.
Oh, I do have it. Okay.
Yeah, do your thing. Oh, I was gonna say if you gotta go.
Oh no, I was just looking at there's like a bait. It was talking about bait size because that's how Tweezy it was like, I'm going bigger. I do throw big baits, just not all the time. And then in tournaments, I lean on, especially when I'm not getting bit, I lean on my confidence in the drop shot. Going back to 3 Lakes, so I didn't fish Kopake. I caught 89 inches. I should have had 91 because I lost a 20-incher. My freaking leader snapped. I didn't check. I was catching so many fish that I had like a limit of like 17s, and I ended up my damn connection knot leader actually broke on the 20-incher, which was sad.
Damn.
But that was all on the drop shot. All on the drop shot. And I ended my day at 86 inches, and then I ended it with a 19.75, and that was all on the drop shot. Little bait. So you know, this is
Oh
one of
wow,
those.
Charlie, that's cool as hell.
What was that? Oh, Russ
You got
Snyder.
another
Yeah.
one? Because I know you got your Old Town. That's pretty sick. If you got another one.
I'm gonna say this bait. I haven't really thrown this color yet, but I got that. This is the Teckle. It's the BG. It's the big kick knock. It's like a striper bait.
Yeah.
And I've been throwing it for fun. I've been catching bass on it. I haven't pulled that out for an event because it doesn't get bit that much.
Yeah.
But it's hilarious. I caught bass the size of the damn thing on it.
Yeah.
I caught everything on this thing. But it's
I got
on big baits.
I have a secret topwater bait that I'm not going to talk about actually.
Oh, whoa, okay.
Keep that one on the DL.
You gonna pull it out at Rio?
Maybe. I probably should. Yeah, but I don't know. We'll see. When is Rio? Rio's in what? 2 or 3 weeks?
3 weeks. It's the 19th.
3.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, so Rio, Turner can't. He has no. I mean, I don't think he's going to be there. But if he is there, I can't stay because I have to go to work that evening. Yes, I think. I'm
gonna be there until the morning because my ass is like 18 minutes down the road. So I'll be sleeping. Pick up some Dunkin' Donuts along the way. Pull up, be like, "Hey guys, how you doing?"
Yeah, but
home court.
I told my boss asked me, he was like, "Hey, Jermaine, can you work on the 19th?" And I thought she was talking about this month. Oh yeah, I got nothing going on. Yeah, sure. And now she's like, "Oh yeah, it was the 19th of July." I go look at the camera and I'm like, or look at the calendar and I'm like, dang it. But I can't back out now. So it is what it is. It'll be a long day. So I'm going to go to the tournament and I'll probably just dip right away, because it's going to be, but it'll probably be another 5:31, right?
Yeah, it's going to be early again.
Yeah, I think all the summer
so.
one. So it'll probably, because if that's the case and we end at 2, if we do awards at 3, and I think Rio's an hour and a half. 3.
Is that an hour and a half from you? I guess so. Damn, it's that far?
Yeah. That's why I said you're deep. Your house is deep.
It doesn't feel like it. I mean, I go to Paramus and like that all the time, but
yeah, hour and 30.
Damn.
Yeah.
Guess that makes sense. I mean, depending where you're going to Bergen, it's like an hour for me, and then that's like another from me, it's 20 minutes. So like an hour 20, depending where you are. Yeah, I guess it's an hour and a half.
Yeah, it's an hour and 30. And then now is a good time to like gauge the traffic because this is similar to like the morning. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it'll probably be a little bit less, but that's not going to change it that much.
Yeah.
Yeah. 80 miles.
Yeah. I saw a question about, was it Michael Bradley asked me a question?
Yeah, I see. Nico, how deep
you go for abandoning your original game plan and resorting to the finesse game?
That's a good question.
Yeah, it is a good question. I guess it depends. I guess where we're fishing, what I feel will get bit. I'm always throwing my finesse game. I'll be throwing like, it depends what my game plan is, I guess, but I always have on my deck drop shot on my right, jerkbait on my left, and then either it's a jig or a swim jig or some other stuff on the side. But yeah, I never put those things down. Like I might start out throwing a swim jig at a dock, bring it through. I'll make another cast, different angle. I'll throw a jerkbait, see if I get bit there. And then before I leave, I'll throw the drop shot. More than likely, I get bit on the drop shot because that's just how it goes. I don't know. When I'm throwing it, because I'm so into like, I guess get bit so much on finesse that it's like, I guess my changing a game plan isn't really changing baits. It's more of just moving areas or changing areas more likely than actually like changing what I'm throwing. Because I'm so confident in what I'm throwing, I don't abandon that. Like other guys, I'm not getting bit on the jerkbait. I know I get bit on the jerkbait. Like I know I'm gonna get bit on it. Now it might be a thing like, if I'm catching a fish an hour, maybe I'm not gonna, or like I'm catching a fish every 3 hours or something. Maybe I won't lean on the jerkbait. I'll lean more on the drop shot or something like that. But those baits, like the jerk bait, I feel I can get them to react like a reaction bite if it's in an area I feel has fish. The drop shot, I just feel gets bit, and like I said, I throw that thing like a crankbait. I throw it I throw it everywhere. I throw it dirt shallow, I throw it deep, I throw it next to a dock, I'll skip it under a dock, I'll do like a whole bunch of crazy stuff with it. As long as that little package is, or depending what it is, I don't only throw little stuff. I'll throw like 4 or 5 inch baits and worms and stuff on it. But yeah, I fish my game plan on the lures I stick to pretty much. I'm not like it's more of like I will change areas if I'm not getting bit. Like if I had an original route, I feel like I was gonna fish and that ended up being a flop, I'll try to change things up. I guess the big thing I'm still trying to learn is like when do I stay on a spot? I feel like I've learned, like I've been covering a lot of water, and sometimes I'm like, damn, should I just stick on a spot I know might recharge throughout the event? You know, like
That's what I'm trying to learn too.
That's something I'm like, damn, do I just stay here? I've gotten bit because when this is going all the way back to the first tournament ever from last year, Rio, I just fished that flat all day long. I left, came back, and I caught my whole limit on that, like, I don't know, 2 football field size area, what it was. And it kept recharging. The fish kept swimming up there.
It's kind of similar to the grass patch. I was like, should I just go and just stay there?
Yeah. I guess summing it up, what works for me is I continue to lean on the baits I'm confident in throwing, and then my changing game plan is changing the areas that I might have planned to fish and trying to find some other stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I like that. I think I'm getting to that same spot now where it's like, I feel like you kind of do something similar as me. It's like, I sometimes I don't even be changing color, which I think I should sometimes a little bit more, but I don't really change my baits either. Like I'll change my baits throughout an area and be like, okay, in this area, there's a tree lay down. I'm going to throw a jig in there. I'm not going to throw the drop shot.
Yeah.
In there, I'm not going to throw the drop shot.
Yeah.
But like, I'm not going to cut it off and be like, okay.
No. The only time I change color is if I feel like if I'm already getting bit on it and I feel like, for the most part, yeah, I won't really change color. I change color to enhance my bite, not really to like dictate my bite.
So I change color depending on the water clarity when I
get there's that too. Yeah, I'll pick my color for that. But
that's kind of once I'm good on that, that's kind of it. Like I'm not like my dad yells at me about that. Like he's like, when you caught 3 of them on a chatterbait, you should have switched to a different color chatterbait. And I'm like, no, why would I ever do that? I figured it out. That's the hardest part. And he's like, yeah, but if you go to if you're throwing a shad one and then you go to a bluegill one, maybe you'll get a few bigger ones. But then if you get a couple smaller ones or you don't get a bite in an hour, then you just go back. And I'm like, but I don't want to waste that fish that I know I could have caught, or like, in my head.
Yeah.
Once I got to that 3, he's like, he might have changed colors a little bit or gone up to like a big blade or down to a mini max. Like, that's how my dad works.
Yeah. Well, I can see that. Like, if you're re-hitting the same structure, like maybe you throw a jig in one color, you catch 3, and maybe you're trying to get an extra bite, you throw in a jig with a different color. I can see that.
Interesting. Okay, so maybe
you throw like one more different package at them, slightly different.
I should have maybe, what I should have did? Okay, that's actually very interesting.
Like you're already fishing. Like I did that with my jerkbait, because I did that in Rio. Like I was throwing the same color jerkbait on this flat, and then I switched to a different color, then I got more bites, and then I switched to a different color again, and then I caught that like kicker at the end. So I did do that. I swing like 3 colors. And I used like 3 or 4 different jerkbait colors, and I was fishing the same area. Like I didn't give them always the same bait for 8 hours in the day. So I could see but it's one of the things. There's no like 100% answer for anything in fishing. It's like there's just no's and maybes and all that kind of stuff.
Gina, take it easy. Have a good night, buddy.
Yeah. Later.
But yeah, I hear that, dude. I'm excited for Rio.
Yeah, it's gonna be that fight's gonna be interesting because like with Rio, especially we're coming at like the peak of summer. The water level is gonna dictate the whole shebang.
You think it's gonna be low?
I'm not saying it's gonna be low. It just all depends. Is it gonna be? Are we gonna get like a 5-inch rain event like a couple days before? You know what I mean? Some random heavy thunderstorm, crazy weather. Will they lower?
That's another
lower? Will the water be high? It all depends, like what they are doing. You know.
Yeah.
So who knows? But like the water level dictates whether it's rising or lowering. Will they be on the bushes? Will they not be on the timber? How high is it gonna be? Will the timber be reachable? It all depends. That'll be like a big thing.
That makes me not even like. That's why I feel like so like pre-fishing something like that is like I understand you'll find them, but at the same time it's like.
Yeah, Rio. It's like no. Listen, I ain't pre-fishing Rio. You know, like for me,
you get there and then it's just something. It's
something. It'll be completely different. It'll be completely. Let alone, it'll be completely different. That you might have fished it Friday.
That's what I'm
saying.
They
lower the levels 5 feet or something crazy.
And Saturday you wake up and you're like,
yeah. That going back to that event last year, the water level was up really high, and then they lowered it. So that flat I was fishing the week before was like 6 to 8 foot deep, and then come the event, it was like 3 to 2 foot deep. And so it pushed a lot of the fish off, and I had to like readjust. What I was like, well, damn, I guess they ain't gonna be that far up on the flat. They got to push. I was like, but I know they didn't abandon it either, and so I was like, I had to figure out where they might be on like the area. But
Dustin, so we don't do trophies until the end of the year. So what they do is our club has a blank check. So this is, so I know some people I already know are going to hate this, but this is one of the beauties of technology. We have a blank check. So I took a picture with that. And then what will happen is my club director will go back on his computer and then he'll write in first place, Jermaine, and then he'll send me the picture.
Yeah.
But I don't mind. But at the end of the day, so speaking of trophies, one thing that is very good about that largemouth that I caught is that is the club record from last year.
Yeah.
So
what Colin caught.
I don't know. I'm not gonna say it's not gonna happen, but I'm feeling nice about that big bass trophy this year, man.
Yeah, man.
I'm feeling nice about that because that will give me a trophy, 110%.
Yeah.
Big bass, 2025. That would be hot.
Yeah, maybe get like a fishing rod or whatever.
Yeah, that'd be hot, son.
Yeah.
That was like, you know what? At the end of the day, Nico, I gotta protect this thing, man.
Oh yeah, your first place.
I gotta protect this thing, man. I gotta go hold it down.
Your participation trophy just had to tease you a bit.
I gotta hold it down at Rio, son.
Yeah.
This is honestly, we'd probably just make our entry fees go up more, but I wish we could do this every event. Yeah. For real. But I think our club entry fees would probably go up $10-15 a person because I imagine something we could talk about. But
yeah,
they are pretty.
Yeah, cool. You got to be like Damien Tao if you know who that is, dude. He's got like freaking. He's got like stacks up to like. I'm like, dude, that guy got a trophy on every freaking thing.
Or the little medallions are cool.
Yeah.
I know Tweezy got a couple of those, but I think he got them for AOI, but some of his are for events. But I think all of our big events, they do these. Like when we go to the what's the joint at the end of the year, I think. Dude,
you know what would be sick, I think? Like if you got like Angler of the Year, you got like a hoodie and it said like Angler of the Year and like the year that you won it.
You know what the best thing? I'm not gonna say no. I'm not gonna say
or a hat or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
that said like Hudson Valley.
Yeah. Angler of the
Honestly,
year,
what we should
2020,
do
whatever.
is we should do jerseys. Like we should do a jersey, and you should get the club thing on it, and it should say, and like instead of it saying, Simpson or Mainstream,
Yeah.
it should say Angler of the Year, and you automatically get like a number 1, and then somewhere on the jersey it would say like 2025.
Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah.
That's what it would say. Yeah, it would say 2025 Angler of the Year, number 1. And then every year, and then the next year, 2026 Angler of the Year, number 1. And that would be like what you get. That would be pretty hot. What was I going to say? Oh, you know what we got to do, son?
What?
Gotta get the belt, son.
Oh, dude, yeah, I was saying it last year. I want to get the belt, the fish on it or something.
You gotta get the
and then
belt.
we do like that thing, like this is like ripping off from Greg Blanchard, but like in our pre-fishes or something, we have like
we got to start doing that.
We pass around like, oh, hey, who won the belt this time? And like hold on to the belt. Yeah, dude. Yeah. We gotta like look it up.
We could do like me, you, Kyle. We can get Rich. Rich will probably meet us up somewhere.
Yeah, dude. We get like a freaking wrestling belt with like a bass.
Yeah, and get a wrestling belt, and then it'll just be like the battle of the bros.
Bros. Whoever gets first, or like it could be whoever, and like, yeah, who's holding on to the belt this time?
Yep.
That'd be so fun.
That's what we got to do. But even then, even at the end of the year, like AOI, if you got a belt that said Angler of the Year 2025, and you could like, dude, I'd
be yeah, dude. Yeah, having a belt,
having everybody tight. What's up, fellas?
Yeah. You have all the belts. You start laying them on your truck or on the tailgate.
Remember, like WWE, when the guys would come down, like, yo, oh my, Intercontinental WWE Championship. Come on, son.
Yeah.
The Rock was coming down crazy, yo. Show my age right there, but yeah. There you go.
26-incher, bro. That'd be something. That would be state record, largemouth New York right there.
Is it? What's the length on the state record?
I don't know. It's probably like 23 inches, I think, like that. 23 something. 26 inches be like a freaking like in New York. That would be a freaking like 18, 19 pound bass. For how thick they are, how they're built. If they could even get that long up here, that would be like that fish. They're like built like watermelons. They're like, that would be crazy. Like a Cayuga 26-incher, dude. Think how big that fish would be.
No, you're right. It was 12.6, and it was a 25-incher.
It was 25?
Yeah.
The New York fish was 25 inches? I thought it was only like 23 something.
25 inches.
Oh, shit. Okay. Well, yeah, 26. So, yeah, dude, that would have been like a 15 pound.
Smallmouth was 9 pounds. Smallmouth was 9 pounds, and it was 23.12.
Oh, okay. Well, that's what I had in my head then.
That's a huge smallmouth, dude.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Yeah, 26. That would easily be like a 15-pound bass.
Yeah, July 22nd.
They got like 28, 29 inches or some shit.
I think that's crazy. Look at that. Look at that. That's what? Pay attention, Nico. I just noticed that. So this article is July 22nd.
Yeah.
Oh no, yeah, never mind. It's a month off, but either way, July 22nd, 2024. We're like 2-3 weeks off. It's a time. I feel like I always pay attention.
Yeah.
My fish pictures from last year are right around that same time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm like, does that mean that? Because like this year was it a little colder? Was it a little warmer than last year?
Oh, we had an actual winter this year, so
yeah, that's why I'm like, did it like I don't know.
Yeah, it kind of pushed the season back a little bit,
right?
Like temperature wise, yeah.
Last year just got going a little faster or something or whatever, but I don't know. I try to think too much into that stuff.
Oh, somebody shared a link. Undisputed belts. That's cool. Oh, Mike Vogel. He shared like a link.
Oh, I think he just texted me that, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah, that's sick.
Yeah, we're gonna end up doing this. Yep. How much is it? Any price. I don't care about. Ooh, it's $160.
Well, I mean, if you split it with 4 of us, it's $40 each.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Look at
that's not
that.
bad. Oh yeah.
I'm showing up to the boat ramp like, sup, fellas?
Yeah.
They got a couple different designs.
Charlie is that young kid, right? Where does he live? He's
Charlie's in Alabama.
Ah, okay.
I think Charlie's in Mississippi. Correct me if I'm wrong.
They got I'm sure they got smallmouth down there, don't they? Down in Alabama in the river systems, I think. If the Alabama bass haven't like bred them out of existence.
They got spotted bass though down there. That they get crazy, but
yeah. North Mississippi.
Yeah, so I was gonna say I got it right. Yeah, Mississippi. Yeah, he's in Mississippi. Never caught a smallmouth. That's crazy.
Yeah, there's got to be There's got to be a body of water not too far from you.
I feel like it's different. It's like different down there, bro. They got to go to like rivers or something, but then like
yeah. I mean, like, I guess the lakes. But I mean, all down there is technically they don't really have unless you're in Florida. They don't really have natural lakes. It's all like reservoirs.
Riverines. Pretty much everything they have is like what we just fished on Zoar.
Yeah, Housatonic. Yeah.
It's like everything is like that. Even like Gunnersville is like, it'll look.
That's all. It's all river system.
It's all river system where it was all flowing. And then I think honestly, like I was talking to my dad, and I was like, he was like, yeah, they probably just made those creek arms, Jermaine, and just blew it up way back in the day. Just made those like creek arms. I was like, dang, that's probably crazy. You're probably right. Because if you think about it, that river probably just ran straight down. And they just
but those are all like micro drainages that would flow into the river.
Yeah, true.
Like when you throw, you fill it up, now it's like, because this is the TW, Texas Power Authority, or whatever. I can't think of it. River, there we go. Yeah, thank you.
Tennessee River Association, something like that.
Yeah. Damn, I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Song would I play on my
I guess you got to go more northeast.
I'm a rock fan. I literally might walk up to the boat ramp playing "If You Smell." Not gonna lie. If you smell what the rock is cooking, the rock says, the rock.
That's so funny.
I literally, no funny. I literally used to get beat as a child when I was like 10 years old because it would be like 11 o'clock at night and the Rock came out at the end of Raw or whatever, SmackDown or whatever, and that would come on and I'd be on the edge of the couch with a pillow my dad be like, boy, get your ass there. I'd be like, yes, no. Oh.
That's hilarious. I get one of these thrown at me. I was doing that, but I'd be what you call it.
My older brother has my older brother for me because I used to think like The Rock was like a god. It was bad. So I would literally my dad would be like, oh, you didn't do your homework, you're gonna get this belt and I'm gonna pop you. Listen here, jabroni. Know your role and shut your mouth. Yo, my brother used to he would laugh because I would just get my ass beat. And my brother would just think it was, and I'd be so tight because I just didn't get it. And I think back on it now and I'm like, yo, that's so funny. I was literally acting like The Rock to my dad, and my dad would just be like, all right, he'll learn one day. Whack.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. Oh man. It's getting a little late here. It's 1:15.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
There you go. Charlie's going to Pickwick. Heard good things about Pickwick.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Best place to catch him in Mississippi. There you go. All right, Charlie. Any last minute questions. I think, do we cover everything, Nico? You got anything else?
I would say, like, yeah, you talked. Well, I mean, I would
we
say you
got
kind of covered what you did. Talking about, oh well, we kind of talked about that, like how that first big fish, but like how big a lot of times your biggest fish is kind of like luck, a little bit of luck, but being able to capitalize on the luck is like the thing that matters. Obviously,
yes,
being prepared to capitalize on your luck. But
110%.
it is true, like all the big fish that we bump into is kind of like random sometimes.
Yeah,
like,
and that's what I'm saying. Like, I understand. I saw one thing I can say, and that's what I told my girl. I can say that it was a little bit of luck, and I'm not mad at it either. That's what time on the water gets you.
Yeah.
But it's like I forgot where I was going, kind of with that. But like,
you gotta be ready to catch them.
Yeah, that's where I was going. You also got to get the fish in the boat. And like I know my netting job or my landing job was a little sus.
He was hanging. That bass was hanging at the edge of the front of the kayak. That made my mouth drop. I was like,
got him on the board. So
you did. But that was something.
That's it, man. It was pretty crazy. Oh, another thing too. We still got the Discord going. If you want to get in the Discord, send me a message. I'll send you the link. Did I post the video on the Discord?
Mike Vogel, you got to read this comment real quick.
Yeah, right. One more time I'll run it one more time.
Oh man.
I'll play it one more time so y'all can see.
That is pretty funny. We gotta be prepared. Yeah, here you go.
It's a giant.
Damn, yeah, you caught him pretty close to the freaking kayak too. He came. That's interesting. He was like what, like 10 yards from your kayak. Oh my god, watching him dangle, dude. Oh.
Dude, just caught a giant during a tournament. Just caught a giant during a freaking tournament.
That's something.
But wait, there's more. I caught same day. Caught the biggest fish in my life.
That pike.
Oh my god, bro! I've never been afraid to put a fish in my kayak. I told that. Who was I with? I was with what's the dude's name with the white Hobie?
Oh, Andrew, I think, right?
Andrew. I was with Andrew. And I was like, yo, I'm not. He was like, yo, you put it in. He came over and put it in his net. And he was like, you want this thing? I was like, no, I don't want it. But last question and we'll get out of here. Anybody seen a 4th of July sale that wasn't underwhelming? No. I checked it. So I checked 6 cents. There's a few baits that are like, oh, that's a really, really good deal. But majority is just like, meh. And I'm not mad at them. I'm not mad at anyone, especially in today's market.
Yeah, well, I would expect that the discounts are going to start.
Yeah. With 6 cents, you can tell what they made too many of right away.
Yeah.
Right away, you can tell, okay, what they're clear. And I'm not mad at it. They're still good baits. You're just not going to be able to necessarily go pick the colors you want. Where like back in the day, they used to just put the whole website was 30% off, 40% off. Then it kind of dwindled down to 20.
Yeah.
And now what we're seeing is you can literally see where each company went. Okay, I have too many of that. I have too many of that. And in that color, I have too many of that in that color as well. Okay, you're going to get a sale on this. Because if you go to the 6 cents website, it'll literally say provoke. And it'll show like $4.88.
Yeah.
You click it and it goes to, I think it defaults to like the 97 to start. and it instantly goes up like $4 and is like $7.99 because the 97 is like 32% off, and then the one that's 40 or 70 or like this 55% off is like the 106 deep diving slow sink. And it's like, okay, and once again, I'm not mad at them. A jerkbait is a jerkbait. They'll still work. They're still good baits, but it's just like you can tell that they ordered too many, slow sink deep divers because those are the ones that have the biggest discount on them. But it is what it. Once again, I'm not mad at nobody. I understand. I'd like to think I'm a salesman. I'd like to think that I understand business a little bit better, but it is what it is. Like Vogel said, a lot of these sales that we're going to see now are going to be a little bit underwhelming.
Well, I just saw I'm pretty sure it was hookup tackle. There was like a new, I think it was OSP. It's like a new deep diving crankbait. It's supposed to get like down to 40 foot, and in like the post on the story was like it was at one price until tomorrow, or I guess in like an hour and 4 minutes, because on July 1st it was going to go up like $6 or $7.
Yeah, damn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, look, it is what it is,
Yeah.
We had
the price increase on certain things.
Had a conversation about it with one of my insiders not too long ago, and he was like, "Yeah, dude, you're gonna get it now." And now this was like 2 months ago. So I've literally seen pretty much just about everything he said is going to happen too. And the scariest thing is, I keep saying one more thing and we'll go, but the scariest thing is rod blanks, because I'm pretty sure 80% of the rod blanks in all of the fishing world, I was told, are made in China.
Yeah, it doesn't.
And there's only a few companies that even just
make. Tire prices all jump on July 7th.
Yeah. And it's just the blanks. It's not like all the other components, but we'll see. Yeah. We shall see. But all right, Mr. Nico.
It was a pleasure.
Having you, my guy.
Yeah. Congrats on the win.
Thank you.
Still gotta get mine.
I look forward to beating you again.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, there you go.
So
I'm just gonna come from behind. Oh, I think I got Nico. Boom! I'm gonna come out of nowhere, but
yeah, you're gonna get your giant.
No, you fucking did the hammer down. You did the chair on everybody.
I got one. So
that's right.
All right, my brother.
Later. Have a good night.
I'll let you later, Fishing Maniacs. You guys be good. See you guys in the next one.
Deuces.
Y'all be good, man.
Later.